My name is Victor Cole. I am a licensed automotive service technician. I also have a Bachelor of Education from Brock University. I started the trade in late 2001 and got my license in 2008. I received my B.Ed in 2020 from Brock University. I currently hold the position as a teacher, an instructor for Ashton College for the last 6 years. Um, Also, the most important thing that I would not have what I have today in my life if it wasn't for the trade. All right. Automotive service technician. I have held a position I've held every position that's known in the shop, from apprentice mechanic to journey person, shop foreman, service writer, service manager, and owner. All right. I have climbed through everything and I've been through a lot, not everything, and I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I say it like it is. All right. And there's a lot of things going on in the world and a lot of uncertainty that's out there. I'm an expert in this field, so I'm going to go through a couple of things. All right. So these are the discussion topics that we're going to talk about. The shift in industry, trade labor shortages, technician pay, which matters to all of us, um, alternative powered vehicles, and the future of auto repair. So currently, nobody's talking about this on the news. We are in an industrial revolution. There's nothing no one in the world has seen anything like this. You are talking about companies like Sears, The Bay, Eaton's, like retail, like these retail giants, they're bankrupt. Dealership models as we know it. I'm starting to hear ripple effects that dealerships are starting to close down. There's the tech sector. We had a big tech boom, and now all of a sudden there's mass layoffs in that sector, mostly due to AI. Okay, but one thing's remained consistent: trades are working. Once again, people that fix things and that are in a trade, they are going to work every day because the demand is still there. Okay, and we are always working as tradespeople, all right? We're not always doing what we like to do, all right? Because, I'm the guy that was in the shop with a multimeter, a test light, and a scan tool, right? If someone gave me a clutch to do, I would do it. I would not like doing the clutch or the transmission, but I would do it. But you know what? It's work at the end of the day, and it's in the field that I'm qualified for. I'm not reinventing anything. I'm just shifting what I am doing. Okay. So, once again, the shift in industry, that there's a lot of things happening, a lot of uncertainty. I'm starting to hear, oh, this is closing down. This guy's going out of business. Companies like Sears are no longer in business. The old retail model's dead. They're talking about closing down small shopping malls and things like that. One thing I don't hear is I'm a mechanic and I'm out of work. I don't hear that. I don't hear I'm a plumber looking for a job. No, 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 no. These guys are working every day. All right. So, and I'm going to go into that a little bit more. All right. Trade labor shortages. And this kind of correlates into what I was just talking about. Okay? There is a growing shortage of skilled tradespeople. Many baby boomers retired. So that means that they didn't retire and bring the work with them. Their work still exists, right? It's just that now there's a void. Okay? Um, as a certified journey person, guys, I'm heavy, and girls, I am very, very heavy on the word certified journey person. Okay. you will have strong job opportunities and the ability to earn a good living. So why, Victor, why are you making such a big emphasis on certified? Okay. You cannot be a doctor without a medical license. I cannot be a teacher without a teaching license. And yes, I have a teaching license. All right. You cannot be a mechanic without a mechanic's license. Without a license, you have a hobby. All right. The license is what separates liability from you, from your employer or your business to you. Meaning that let's pretend that you do a job on a car and something happens because of the work that you did. You're not licensed. The guy that you're working for is actually going to be responsible for that, for the problems that that might create, or all right, legally. But if you're licensed, this license in any trade says that you know better. All right. If people are responsible for what you're doing, they're not going to pay you the way that you should be compensated. They want as a guy that employed people, I want someone to work and I want to walk away. I don't want to stand over them and shadow them, right? I have 5 bays. I want 5 guys that are doing that. Okay. But I gotta pay the bill at the end of each week, right? So it just comes down to that. But huge shortage. Um, skilled tradespeople are in crazy demand, and once again, back to what I said before, yes, there's a shift in, the way that things are done in the world. Once again, I don't hear, oh, I'm a mechanic, I need work. I have guys calling me, hey, do you know somebody? I need somebody. Not, I don't want to, do you know somebody? I'm only paying 60 grand a year. That the money doesn't even come up in the conversation. You know what comes up? I need someone. I need someone. I have all this work. I can't do it myself. And I'm swamped. I need somebody. This is what I am hearing in the industry. Even with people talking about, oh, the Ford dealership I used to work at is closed. And by the way, the guys that tell me these stories, they're not out of work. All right. They're not sitting at home waiting for someone to call them. They get a job the same day, the next day. Okay. So that's why. So you're always going to have people that are bad in business, that don't manage money and create problems for themselves. You're always going to have, garages closing down and dealerships shutting down. But at the end of the day, you know what? The guy next door will employ you the same way that the guy that lost his business did. Probably, maybe even better. All right. You never know. Okay. But once again, I'm not saying that the bad business people are going to be weeded out there. No, it's not a guaranteed formula. You have to be responsible if you're going to own the place. But all right, as a journey person, you won't be out of work. I'm telling you right now. Okay, technician pay. As I just said, you won't be out of work. Now, I'm not that old. At least I don't think I'm that old. You know, people tell me I'm just a middle-aged guy. Um, I have guys that own garages calling me regularly to go and do work for them part-time. They are literally writing me a blank check. It's not a matter of, oh, come and do this engine and I'm gonna pay you $500 for it. No, the price is the price, guys. That's it, plain and simple. I show up, I put in a day's work, I put in 2 days' work, whatever it is. I tell them what I want after. They don't tell me what they're giving me. You know why? In life, you pay somebody so that they do it again. That's how it works. You pay them to do it again. You don't want them back? Well, you give them a hard time with money. All right. And a guy with my experience, that's where I'm at right now. You don't want to pay me properly the first time I show up, well, I'm not coming twice. Okay? And I can do that. Okay? They're not the only person in town that needs help that's willing to pay a part-time employee. I know guys that are getting 55 plus dollars an hour. Once again, these are guys, here you go, here's the job, and you walk away from it and you just let them work. Whether it's a check engine light, a wiring problem, a draw problem, like an electrical problem where the battery's going dead, that's usually difficult to find, or even a transmission, whatever it is. These guys, they're pulling in $55 plus an hour, not flat rate, per hour. Okay? They're not on piece rate. This is what they're getting paid per hour. Okay? So those of you guys that are watching this that are making $33 an hour, guys, I think you better review what you're doing, all right, and take a look and see what's out there. Not saying that you're not getting paid enough. I'm just letting you know that I know guys that are at 55 plus an hour. Okay, so you should always have your ear to the ground because we go to work to benefit us. I don't go to work to benefit the other guy. The benefit to the other guy is kind of a side effect of me working. But I go to work because I want money for myself. Okay? That's why I went through the headache of doing everything that I did. All right? So once again, the conversation isn't about cost when someone calls me. All right? And for a lot of other guys I know, it's literally about when can you come? I need this, I need these cars done. I cannot keep up. All right. So back to what I said in the first slide. Um, you know, guys that are talking about that the future's uncertain and whatever, this trade's not dying. It's not going anywhere. All right. Even with autonomous vehicles in the near future, electric vehicles, okay, it's not going anywhere. All right. And I'm gonna touch a little bit more on on what's going on in the future. Okay. But tech pay, it's there. All right. It's there. And this is today. This isn't tomorrow. All right. This isn't an article saying that, oh, in 10 years, the highest paying job is the dealership's going to be the automotive service technician. Oh no, that's here. All right. That's here along with Sears is no longer in business. The Bay is no longer in business. That's here today, just like that is. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about alternative powered vehicles, electric vehicles, soon hydrogen vehicles will be on the road. All right. Because it's been said that electric is a gateway to hydrogen power. Okay. So, um, Victor, what kind of service is there on an electric vehicle? Guys, all right, I actually own an electric vehicle, and you know what? You still need to do brakes on it. You still need to do wheel bearings on it. You still need to do tires on it. You still need to do ball joints, tie rods, all of those goodies. Electric batteries still run coolant through them. Electric batteries still have cells like the hybrid batteries that are serviceable. Okay? Electric vehicles still have, screens in them, dashboards, seats that power seats, all of that. Okay? So, what you won't be doing is changing an oxygen sensor on an electric car. All right? You're not going to be doing that because there's no engine. But everything outside of the drivetrain still exists. So guess what? You still have a car to fix because the average consumer that just uses the vehicle, they don't know how to go and change a wheel bearing or install their snow tires. They still pay us. All right. And it's going to be the same thing with hydrogen powered vehicles, except hydrogen is going to run a combustion engine with hydrogen through it. Okay. That's it. And the same thing with autonomous vehicles, except autonomous vehicles, you'll be changing cameras and things like that, and sonar sensors and items like that. Guys, girls, people, I don't hear anything about, oh, there's nothing, there's a non-service vehicle, there's a disposable vehicle. I don't hear those things. All right. I hear cheap vehicles. Guys, let's be realistic. If you buy something that's fully loaded for 25 to $40,000, oh, it's still 25 to $40,000. If you got to spend $1,000, $1,500 to keep the thing on the road, you're going to spend it. You're not going to go and buy something for 25 grand again. This is the realistic, because I hear all of this stuff from people, right? I listen to what people tell me. I watch the news like you do, right? And I talk to industry insiders, and they do say, yeah, there's going to be cheaper cars coming in and things like that, and but cheaper cars, you're still in $25,000, $40,000 for a car. That's not loose change. Okay, so even still, if people have to dump a little bit of money into it to keep it on the road, they're gonna do it. All right, that's the reality. All right, they will do it. So right now is a great time to be in the trade, and going forward, it's still going to be a good time to be in the trade. And this is the beautiful thing: there aren't as many people doing this as there was 15 years ago. Plain and simple. Mechanics are becoming few and far between. And same with plumbers, same with electricians, same with gas fitters. All right. These trades are not common anymore. It's not every second person is a tradesperson anymore. Okay. So, this is what's happening now. All right. But vehicles that are on the road, and the vehicles that are coming from overseas that are going to be on the road, they're still going to need to be serviced. Okay, that's it. Like there's still regulations and rules and stuff like that for vehicles that are on the road. So the future of auto repair is what I'm going into. It looks good. It looks really good. All right. So AI, all right. And you know what? I'm sure that those of you that are watching, you're like, this guy doesn't even know. He didn't even bring up AI. No, no, no. AI is here. All right. I am acknowledging it. AI is responsible for a lot of things that are happening right now that's causing the uncertainty in society in general as far as the workforce goes. All right. But I have used Scan Tool that AI gives assistance with troubleshooting. And you know what? It's nice because it narrows it down faster. So instead of having to look at PIDs for like 5 parts, I only got to look at, one or two, or maybe pull out a multimeter to check something on the part before I go and change it. Okay? But this is the thing, is that AI is going to help out with troubleshooting, especially down the road, all right, which will make our job easier. It's not going to make the bill smaller. It's not going to mean that we're getting less money, all right? It's going to make our job easier, okay? We're still going to get paid the big bucks. This is the beautiful thing, all right? Because once again, there's not a lot of people in the trade. You will be rare as a mechanic. And AI doesn't change parts. We change them. Okay? We do it with these and tools. Okay? We do it. Not AI. The computer can change parts. It'll help you, pinpoint some problems. AI does not pinpoint where there's broken wires for for electrical faults. AI does not pinpoint what's causing a parasitic draw on the car. It won't do that. All right. The AI scanners that I've used, and yes, they have them. They have them already that have AI on them. What they do, they will go and tell you the likelihood that it is a certain part by the code that's given. All right, so you read the code and AI will step in and say, well, it's 97% chance that it's an oxygen sensor. So you go and you test the oxygen sensor and it says, and that's it. Oh, well, I don't know what the parameters for the oxygen sensors are. Same scan tool you could enter in and AI will tell you what the parameters for that part is. Okay? Like it's good in that capacity, but it's not digging right in there. Okay? And I don't think it ever will be able to. Okay? And even if it does, you're still going to be changing parts yourself. So that means that the skills that you learn every day in the garage, right? Because you're holding employment as a mechanic. So the brake replacement, tire replacement, all the front end work, the alignments and all that, it's still going to be useful. This is what AI can do. And this is what it seems to me that people don't want to do that type of work. And this is why you're going to be compensated so well for it. Okay. When you do it. I'm telling you, people, we are not going anywhere as tradespeople. This trade is not dying. I'm, I live in Toronto. It's populated here, but the garage is here. Yeah, the rent is big. I can't deny that the rent is big here, but they can't keep up with the work. All right, they cannot keep up with the work, and they'll pay. They'll pay. So, and I know it's like that in British Columbia. I know it's like that in Alberta. The opportunity is out there. Elon Musk has said publicly that the next millionaires will be tradespeople, plumbers, electricians, all right, auto mechanics, all right. And you want to know something? You could make a million now doing it if you wanted to. Okay? Plain and simple. Lots of guys have. All right. So, well, I've talked to you about the industry, what I know, what my opinions are. This is what I'm going to tell you. My course overview. You will leave my course a better tech. Hands down, you know what? You don't believe me? All right. Email me, find me in the questions, whatever, but talk to my students. The students that have listened to me, I do a heavy focus on troubleshooting. All right. What's in my, and the reason being why there's a heavy focus on troubleshooting is when the government designs a CFQ, they are designing it to make sure that you know better and that you don't rip off a customer and you don't do things like misdiagnose cars by changing every single part in the car to fix the problem. All right. That's the way this test is designed. All the materials for the course are delivered online and all the sessions are recorded for reference or for those of you that can't escape work. So you could watch the 2 hour delivery at your convenience. Or you could go back and say, what did Victor say about this? You could go back and you can reference it. All right. Because I designed this course, I have a drive with all the study materials that's separate from the Google Classroom from Ashton College. So students that do require it, because they'll tell me when they're going to write the test and when they're comfortable. Students that do require it, I do give them support long after the course is done, just to make sure. Because at the end of the day, I do this because I'm advocating for the trade. All right. When I was when I owned a garage and I needed a mechanic, it was a nightmare. It took me 10 months to find one good tech. I went through four guys. All right. So I'm telling you, It's out there. And you know what? The year after that, I couldn't find anybody. Plain and simple. I needed a guy left to open up his own place. I couldn't find anybody. That's it. And I was talking to other guys I was friends with, and they were like, "Yeah, I need a tech." I'm like, "Yeah, if you find one, if you know any, I'll take two." Like I wasn't kidding. Okay, so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for listening and tuning in. You know, I have a message to students, all right, that that are becoming mechanics or that plan on taking the course that I teach. When you take a course, attend every class, follow the course plan, put in the effort. If you do, I'm confident that you'll be ready to pass the CFQ, whether it's me or another instructor. Okay. So, um, thank you.